Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Glamorous Beauty, and today we are going to be sitting down and talking about the difference in a $129 palette versus a $10 palette. What is the differences and how do they compare, and is it worth the high-end dollar price, or are you getting a deal at the $10 price? And we're going to talk a little bit about some safety issues and all of those good things. And I will give you my quick and simple full opinion on after playing with the Lila palette for a while. So let me know if you enjoyed today's video, and do you think this is the $129 eye, or is this the $129 eye? You guys decide. Leave it down in the comment section after the video. And I'm going to just jump right into today's video, Beauty Base. Okay, Beauty Base, so as you guys can see, I have part of this look done. On this eye here, we have a $10 eye. And on this eye here, we have $129. Why I want to do it this way is simply because I do have a full review up on the Natasha Denona Lila palette, and I want to talk to you because I have played with this a little bit. I want to give you my full and honest opinions on this now that I have had the chance and opportunity to play with it quite a bit. I have tried to make this video 2 days in a row, and one thing or another went wrong and it just wasn't happening. So I'm going to take that as a sign that I need to do this video the original way that I wanted to, and talk to you guys about what you're getting when you pay $10 for what you believe to be either an authentic purchase because someone is selling it as being authentic, or you assume it's a dupe to the original $129 palette. On the front of the $10 palette, as you guys can see, it looks identical. It even has the embroidery the same. However, on the back, you do not receive your little authentic sticker with your shelf life. You get nothing on the back of this. You do get your authentication sticker, and it allows you to know that this has a 24-month shelf life, which is, I'm pretty sure, mandatory. So when you go to open up your authentic palette, which you've seen in my original video, you have your nice mirror with your authentic, your little magnetic magnets, and then your shades with your plastic protector with all of the names. On your $10 palette, what do you get? You get the same. You get your magnetic magnets, a mirror, your plastic sheet with all the shade names, and then your shades. When you compare the two, let me get them in my hands. When you compare the two, you will see these shades are completely different. Look at that nice dark metallic purple, the amethyst in this palette. And in this palette it is actually a blue shade. On the eyes, I did smoke it out a little, but you can definitely tell. eBay or Amazon or any non-authentic website or retailer, you do not know what you are getting. Purchasing a non-authentic palette is very severe. You do not know poison in it. You just don't know what you're getting, and it can really cause long-term severity to your eyesight. You can have some type of very severe chemical reaction. It doesn't just have to just pertain to the eyes or the face. It can mix and counteract with other parts of your body. So safety is a big precaution when purchasing a replica or a non-authentic. On that same note, I do not promote, I'm not saying I don't promote dupes, because I certainly do, but like this in particular palette, this palette is identical to the authentic palette. So what they done, they even use the exact shade names. They did not take inspiration from the original artist and make their own. They honestly used everything that the original creator used to make their palette to make money off of it. As you guys can see, this shadow, this eye turned out pretty decent, honestly. It really did. This eye, I feel like has more of a blend, more potency to it. It's just very gradient. It's everything you really want to look for in an eye shadow look. When I laid down Nude Vino, which is this shade here. In the original palette, this is a brown. Whereas in this palette, it is a pastel pink. And no pigment came off whatsoever off of that shadow. So there is a huge difference. And even if you're looking at a palette and they look identical to the visible eye, when you go to do swatches or an actual application, total different undertones, total different looks altogether. So sometimes I truly feel like it's not worth wasting your $10 or your $20, and it may take you a little longer to save to get the actual authentic palette. But instead of just throwing your money away for something you cannot totally use at all because there's no pigment, or it's just you have some type of terrible reaction to it, or whatever it may be, a lot of times it's just better to save that $10 and continue to add a few more tens to it until you come up with the complete amount that you need to buy. Now, on the Lila palette, I did that first impression video for you guys, and the look turned out to be a hot mess. Like, it was a damn hot mess. However, in today's look, and that is what I was saying in the original video, you know, I really like to take that time and play with them before I give my final thoughts or a full review on it, because depending on the oils that you're producing that day, because our oils and our chemistry change every day in our bodies. So it's not always a formula. It could be something personally going on different primers or foundations or concealers that you actually use that day, because what may normally work with most formulas can totally end up destroying a look because it's not working with that certain formula of that new shadow. I used the Too Faced primer today, and this look is gorgeous in enhancing your own natural beauty, not full on glam and all that. She likes to create products that just enhance your own beauty. The original video, I went in and I really went ham trying to build those shadows, and you know, I put on shadow after shadow and using as many shades as I could. And I feel like with her Lila palette, it is made to give a statement, yet use at least products as possible. And she's a makeup artist, so she's always, you know, time is of the essence. So on today's 2 shades in the crease, a nice transition, and then a deeper shade to darken and give me some depth. A nice metallic on the inner, and then that nice amethyst on the lower lash line. And between using the Too Faced primer and not continuously trying to build, but placing that shadow and moving on to my next shade, it really gave me a nice, clean, very gorgeous, flawless look. Some shadows you can build, some you can't. Now on the $10 dupe, I went in over and over and over and over, and I still received no pigment. What do you think about, you know, dupes? What do you think about exact replicas? Because to me, a dupe is another company that created a look and just drew inspiration from another company. A replica to me is when somebody took the exact creation that another artist made and duplicated that down to the T. As I got thinking about it, and the more I was playing with the looks, I was like, you know, I really don't want to promote this on my channel, and I feel like doing a full look would have possibly, you know, encouraged some to go out and purchase this, because maybe it did turn out to be, and maybe they don't have a choice but to buy affordable, you know, replica makeup or affordable makeup in general. And I don't want to be that one really encouraging anyone to buy a product that someone has stolen from another. Had it have been like a dupe, maybe yes, we could have definitely done that. And had it had different names or different layout or something outside. And the only reason why these shades are any different is simply because they could not formulate their shadows to be identical to the authentic one, or these shadows would have been down to the T on the Lila palette. Where they get caught a lot is because they can't figure out that exact formulation. And they're not going to invest in the ingredients that Natasha has invested in to create her palette. To take into consideration here, but I did want to show you guys the difference. And I also wanted to do this follow-up video on the dupe, or replica, excuse me, it's not a dupe, replica. Simply because I told you guys I would continue to play with this palette and give you guys my final thoughts. Your $129. If you have it, then, you know, that is definitely your call. I do know for a fact that this is made to be a very simple, like a very simple, effortless palette. And I just tried to do a little bit too much with this palette. Would I have invested $129 in this palette myself? No, I would not. Now, the tropical palette and her other palettes I'm obsessed with. Just is not for me. And I definitely would not suggest buying a fake $10 palette. Again, if you see a $129 palette for $10, you should definitely know right off the top of your head that it is not an authentic palette, because even someone that originally purchased this palette and was going to resell it, no one would sell that palette for $10. So, because they would up their money that they invested in their palette. So, I don't know, guys. Let me know down below what you thought about a video like this, and if you liked it, or if you thought that I should have done the full-on review, like tutorial. And if you do want it, I mean, I guess I can do it, but like I said, I really feel uncomfortable actually using this palette on my channel, just because I really feel like they honestly took something from somebody that worked really hard to create. And you don't, you know, you always want to support other artists. You don't want to steal from them or manipulate them. But we're here to, you know, really, I don't know, something about being artistic is just special, and it has so much meaning to it. So to take something like that away from somebody, I'm not comfortable with it. And maybe that's why there were so many interruptions in me trying to make this video. I will go in and I will do a couple of swatches for you guys. And the first swatch I'm going to do is Per Se, Lila, and let's do Amara. And these are all mattes. And we're going to dupe that out. So again, we're going to be using, let me do these first and I'll come back. So this is the authentic palette. Those are her mattes. Okay, so now we're going to go back into this palette. We're going to use Per Se, Lila, and Amara. And that is their shades. And we'll put them right here. And as you guys can see, that, which is Per Se, very big difference. You can't even see it here. Actually, all of these are totally different. The only one that's similar is this one right here. And this one here is more metallic. This is more matte. So, I mean, total different shades. So, it's definitely not a dupe. Now, something I want to show you real quick is the metallics. You have Amethyst. Let's do Amethyst, Pure, and Helio. Okay, now this is your $10 palette. Put them there. Now those are gorgeous. Those are some very pretty shades. However, what chemicals are you applying to your eye when you're putting these on your face? I'll let you know if I have any type of reaction too, by the way. Going back into Amethyst. Pure. And Helio. The formula, feel, everything is totally off. So this is the authentic palette. Very big difference. We're going to put these here. Now these are much more chunkier, but you are getting a lot more pigment than in these. So again, very different in tones. Very different. Just even though the outer container is identical, and down to every piece of this packaging is to the T. When you actually go in to play with these, or when it arrives to you and the pigment is not there, that's why. Because it is not an authentic. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, please. They are currently trying to work on that. But anyways, I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.